From WXII 12 News, this is breaking news.
Breaking news, a former NASCAR driver who spent 6 seasons with Petty Enterprises died from cancer today.
And John Andretti was just 56 years old. He is the nephew of racing legend Mario Andretti. John competed and won in the NASCAR Cup Series and Kart IndyCar Series and was the first driver ever to try the Indianapolis 500 and Coke 600 doubleheader in the same day. That was back in 1994. Doctors diagnosed him with colon cancer 3 years ago. His family says he encouraged others to get screened and likely saved many lives as a result.
Following more breaking news at this hour, Greg Olsen is leaving the Panthers.
Yeah, the team and the tight end have agreed to part ways. Olsen tweeted this news just moments ago. Chris Lee will take a look at this decision and where the Panthers go from here. More changes in Charlotte. That's coming up a little bit later in sports.
Topping our news also is the fact that the coronavirus is now a global public health emergency.
The World Health Organization made that announcement today as doctors are monitoring cases in 18 countries, including ours.
That's right. 99% of the cases are in fact in China, but World Health Organization leaders say that they're pretty worried that the virus could spread to countries with weaker health systems.
And for the first time, the coronavirus is also spreading in the U.S. Doctors say a woman who visited Wuhan, China not long ago has now infected her husband. This is the first person-to-person coronavirus case in the U.S. The couple lives in Chicago. They are both in isolation, both at a hospital. There are 6 total confirmed cases of coronavirus in the U.S. in the states highlighted on your screen.
Meantime, thousands of people who were stuck on a cruise ship off of Italy's coast are now free to go home. Doctors checked on one tourist who had a fever to make sure she did not have the coronavirus. They diagnosed her with the common flu. More than 100 of the passengers on board are American. Symptoms of the coronavirus include fever, coughing, and shortness of breath. Healthcare workers say that they do think face masks are not necessary right now in the United States. They say the best thing that you can do is to wash your hands and to cover your mouth when you cough. No face masks needed right now.
Next to High Point, where a painter who was shot when he showed up at work at an apartment complex earlier today remains in the hospital in critical condition tonight. Investigators say the man was shot at the Chatham Wood Apartments on Lake Crest Avenue in the city. That's right off of Johnson Street. Steve King joins us live out there. He's been out there all day. Steve, do we know any more about the person accused of shooting this painter?
Kenny, well, police have not identified that man. Police just say that he was in an apartment unit when this all happened. Now, detectives questioned that man for several hours today and have not charged him. The 48-year-old painter in critical condition right now. Now, we did obtain the 911 calls earlier, and they did shed some light on what may have happened.
High Point 911, where is your emergency?
Yes, someone was nudging against my door, and I'm so anxiety right now, and it was like trying to get in my house. And
what's the address?
I'm not sure if it hit them or anything.
8:29 Thursday morning. That's when this call was made to High Point 911 from the Chatham Wood apartment complex.
So he was trying to get in and you shot through the door?
Yes.
A few minutes earlier, someone called 911 from the leasing office, telling dispatchers that the man who had been shot was now in the office.
Is he still breathing and everything?
Yes, he is speaking. Help, help, help.
This was followed by moments of fear.
The one that shot him's at the front door trying to get in.
Okay. Do you have the doors locked?
The door is locked. It is glass, though.
Okay, just stay on the phone for me. We're starting everybody to you, okay? What does the suspect look like?
Right now, the man who was shot is, again, he's in critical condition. He is hooked up to a breathing machine right now. Now, police detectives say they are looking into whether any charges are going to be filed. Reporting live in High Point, Steve King, WXII 12 News.
Happening now, there are 57 warrants out for this man's arrest out of Guilford County. Deputies say Keith Barney stole a car in Greensboro on December 11th and then spent the next 2 weeks breaking into cars and stealing electronics as well as credit cards and other valuables. Deputies say that he was convicted of similar crimes out of Alamance County in 2017 and was out on probation. Greensboro's next police chief will be sworn in tomorrow morning. Brian James grew up in Greensboro. He graduated from Page High School and North Carolina A&T State University. James's swearing-in ceremony is set for tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the Carolina Theater. The new chief says that he really wants to hear from people in Greensboro about how to make the city safer. He's hosting several community meetings in February and March. The first meeting is slated for February 11th at the Barber Park Event Center.
A local chapter of the NAACP says it wants an open and transparent investigation into the death of a man who was shot and killed by a Graham police officer. The president of the Alamance County chapter says he's been in touch with Jaquin Light's family. Members also set up a GoFundMe page to help that family pay for funeral arrangements. The Graham police chief says Officer Marcus Pollock shot this person here while he was trying to serve a search warrant on Tuesday night. The chief says the officer confronted him when he ran out of a home on Elm Street. It is unclear if the man was armed at the time. The SBI is now investigating. Also happening now, investigators are on the scene of a shooting involving Raleigh police officers. A reporter with WRAL spoke with a woman who says she heard several gunshots and saw officers with their weapons drawn. At least one person was shot and is in surgery right now. It is unclear if that person was a suspect, an officer, or someone else at the scene.
Good news here. The Business 40 project is ahead of schedule, and tomorrow 3 new bridges are expected to open. A stretch of Business 40 closed through downtown Winston-Salem about 14 months ago. This is Sky 12 video of the progress that happened in December. Now, crews have been pretty busy replacing bridges, changing on and off ramps, and laying down new pavement, all for the new Salem Parkway. Crews will open bridges on Cherry, Marshall, and High Streets tomorrow, beginning between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Engineers are also expected to make a big announcement tomorrow about the project's schedule. That announcement is at 11 a.m. You can download the free WXI 12 News mobile app to get a mobile push alert when we learn the big update.
Well, we are still right in the middle of peak flu season. In addition to concerns about the coronavirus, the flu killed 9 more people in the state of North Carolina just last week. There have been 54 flu-related deaths in our state so far this season. Most of the people who have died from influenza have been age 65 or up. The State Health Department is confirming water from a hot tub caused that Legionnaire's outbreak in western North Carolina not too long ago. Doctors diagnosed 136 people with that disease. 4 of them died from it. The hot tubs were all part of a display at the NC Mountain State Fair this past fall.
There's so much to learn at the Greensboro Science Center, and now you can visit 2 new animals. Leanne Denyer went to check them out and find out what else is coming to the center.
Today marked the first day that guests could see 2 brand new Sumatran tigers out in their exhibit, and let me tell you, people were really excited about it. But with all the projects happening around the Greensboro Science Center, there's a lot of things to be excited about. 8-year-old Beth Ann Martin loves the Greensboro Science Center.
We came to see the tigers because we are really excited that we got tigers.
The newly arrived tigers, another reason Beth Ann says she plans to keep coming back.
We just love these boys. We're excited for all the guests here at the Greensboro Science Center, and we think that the public is really going to love these cats just as much as the keepers do.
Science Center leaders say they've seen an upswing in visitors.
We get the question all the time, what's next?
There are numerous projects underway, including a 12-acre expansion to the zoo, which will in time include new animals for families to learn all about. There are also plans for an expanded animal hospital, improved habitats, even changes to the signage out front.
I have such a sense of pride to be part of this place, part of this team. It's so special, I think, to Greensboro as a whole, and now to see it expand beyond Greensboro, it's very exciting to be here.
Until then, Beth Ann plans to learn all she can about her new favorite feature.
They're so cute.
We're told on a busy weekend, about 2,000 to 3,000 people come by. So if you're planning on coming with your family, you're going to want to get here early. And here's a little insider tip. We're told that the tigers, they're most active right at 9 o'clock when they open up. At the Greensboro Science Center, Leanne Denyer, WXII 12 News.